Hello.
Hello, I'm here.
Yes. Okay, we lost connection. The connection was interrupted, but we're back now.
All right, no problem.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Okay. Let me start with the first thing that you asked for. I think you said you wanted to have a guarantor field, a field for guarantor. We were able to. Please confirm that you can see my screen before I continue.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so we've been able to figure out how to add the guarantor's name and phone number into the database. So you'll be able to add that um, for
Oh,
your staff. So that I've checked that off. Okay, so that's doable. Um, then the next is for the payroll system. Okay, so we're able to get a free payroll module. Like I said, I would look for something that is free and works. But if we can't find one, then we would source for one of their paid modules. So we were able to find a free module.
okay.
Yeah. So basically, here you can configure salary structures. Okay, you can configure your salary structures, base structures, and actually have multiple structures for different cadres. Um, you can have your salary rules. Okay, so this is where you can define um, basic house rent, travel allowances, and so on. So these are the salary rules. When you go into each one, let's say for house rent allowance, so you can see, you can set up the computation and so on. Um, I will be I will be populating the training platform with additional videos that cover some suggestions on how the HR section of the ERP can be used, so that you can basically see how other teams or organizations are using it. So it can give you stronger ideas on how you can also leverage it for your organization. So that will be helpful. Then we have contribution registers. I don't know if you use that in your organization, but this is another option. And then contract um, templates. So the contracts are what you use to automatically compute the pay slip of each of your staff. Um, I think we tried to open a contract for. Okay, so this staff here has zero contracts, but when you go in to create a contract for them, okay, you have the option of defining um, when they started work, their work schedule, and whether you're paying them monthly, weekly, or so on. Then you can come here to define your salary structure. You can define the employee category here, um, and then salary structure type. Then salary information. This is where you then define all those rules that we looked at, and then the wage per month. So after this, you can begin to dispense or record the payroll from this interface. So let's say you want to create a single employee pay slip. You click on create, select that um, staff. She doesn't have a contract yet, so there's nothing, you won't be able to pull it here. If we pulled in the contract, it would automatically pull in some of the values into this form, and so on. Salary computation, you can add all of these into the system, sorry, and so on. So this is where all of those details are filled out for your pay slip. And once you're done with the computation, then you can generate your pay slips and conclude on each one. You can also do batch pay slips. You can batch pay slips for uh, all your staff. So basically, it lines up all the employees in this segment. You can add all of them individually until you have your full roster of employees for the organization, and then you can compute your batch. You can generate the pay slips for everyone in bulk using this interface. All right. So once you're done with that, you can also view your payslip reports. You can view your payslip reports, and I'm sure it covers all the employee segments, job titles, departments, and the payslips that are being reported on. Okay, so um, I'm going to stop here because this is quite. There are some knobs to turn here. Okay, please bear in mind I'm not a professional human resource professional officer. So if there are things that I may not be focusing on or defining properly, that would be the reason why I'm not exactly capturing it with your uh, professional terms. So, do you have any questions at this point concerning this the payroll tool?
Lots of questions because the payroll computation is an important part of important aspect of the payroll, and it's computed on a monthly basis depending on organization. So is that computation and the output is usually in a particular way. It's that computation that I'm so concerned about, that I was hoping to see how, after defining the probably the pay structure and all of that.
Okay,
We have a particular sheet.
you have a particular sheet.
Yes, of course, now we do run our payroll on Excel sheet. We have the sheet, so if it's something you need to see, so that you can understand better what we're talking about. Of course, there is pay rules, there's pension rules, and all of that in the salary compensation,
Yeah. Okay.
which we believe the system can do. And at the end of the day, the salary report, not just this pay slip report, the salary report is generated and printed and passed over to management for approval before the salary is paid out.
Okay. All right. So you send the salary reports to management before they approve the release of funds. Is that what you're saying?
Right.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, all right. That's we'll have to work on that. Uh, this is one of the parts of the solution that we're going to carefully work on together. For now, we're still at the data entry phase. Some of the things that I discussed with your boss last week, some of them are still pending, and we still need to rework the staff database. There were things that came up during my visit last week, so we're going to need to uh, specify people who should have active user accounts on the database, separate them, not separate, but just identify them, give them user access, but also key in your employee database as well, and have all those records accurately depicted. So that's the place where we're at right now. Data entry, entering the data. Then once we get you started with having your staff data properly defined and everything else, we can now settle down and begin to configure the computation, the salary computations, and everything else that is meant to be defined or uh, um, configured properly within the ERP database. So the purpose of this review is to show, okay, we have the tool now, okay, but we're going to come back later when we're setting up the payroll system to configure it carefully. And as you can see, there's a room for a template, so we can create a template that can be reused for the staff. And the contract the employee contract is actually where most of these things will be defined. So once an employee contract is defined, some of those key areas have been identified, then you'll be able to automate the payroll entry easier. When an employee's contract is defined, once it goes into payroll, it self-populates and generates the pay slips. Then from there, you can generate the reports, which you can send to your management for approval before you actually release funds. So that's the outlook for this right now. We're not going to be able to tweak and configure everything at this point. We have the areas that you can start using immediately. These parts that need to be configured carefully and not rushed will be done at a later time. I hope that kind of clears things up.
Uh, well, we're actually thinking that one of the interventions the ERP will bring as soon as possible is the salary computation.
No,
I don't
no,
know
no, no,
if
no.
you would like me to show you a copy.
It will show you your audio is cracking up. So what I got from
Oh,
what you said is what you expect the ERP to do for you is your salary computation and show you, then you
yes, some
dropped
of
off.
the, yes, I said I don't know if you'd like me to show you what our payroll looks like, the outputs that we're expecting to generate from the ERP.
Okay, okay, you can share your
Wait for
screen. You can share your screen. Let me stop sharing, and then you can share your screen.
I share now?
Yes, you can.
Can you see the screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so this is one of the payroll sheet. One of the payroll sheets. It has every department. Department. These are the different salary structures
Okay.
in the different columns and positions of the basic housing transports, including utilities and the rest of the
Okay.
the deductions. Deductions, the staff loan before
Okay.
taxing, the salary and charges, pension pay. Of course, the payroll should be able to compute the pay. The thing is that some of those are locally made ERPs. They have tax system already inbuilt into the system, the Nigerian the law tax inbuilt in the system. Okay, then these deductions at the end of the day, this is the total deduction on the next thing.
Okay.
So this is what our payroll looks like for each department. This is the way of security, prevention, and all of that. Then at the end of the day, we have the summation page and the line sheet. Uh, it's been modified from what you see now. There's a summation page and like the reports that a payroll reports that is being submitted that is to submit to the
Okay. Okay. Okay.
for
So
the
basically,
at the end of the day after the computation.
okay, is it possible because when we're setting up the payroll system, we will need to have these categorizations, the computation categories, basic housing, and so on, and then they just put them under one category, then have deductions, under a different category. Or maybe when you're sending me the document or the template, you can put in brackets, like for staff loan, put in bracket deductions, so that we can identify them as deductions, so that when we're entering these into the ERP, we can figure out how we can make that work. We can figure out how we can make that
Yeah, we
work.
can basically, yeah, we can from here to here is deduction, that all
Okay.
deductions, different
Okay.
types of deductions that vary for the different months.
Okay.
It varies from month
Okay.
to yeah, at the end of the day, our next pay, that is what the person gets on a lot.
Yes.
That is the next pay. It's generated.
Not a problem. I would like to have the template so that when it's time for us to start designing the payroll system, okay, we'll have that available to start keying in all those details. All those details. We're definitely going to be we're going to be having sprints, short sessions where we do a Zoom call and we show you the extent to which the configuration has gone. You do your testing and then you point out areas that we need to adjust, or if the work is satisfactory. So there will be like 10 or 15-minute sprints, between 10 and 20 minutes, where we discuss, we show you what has been set up, you test, you point out areas that need to be adjusted, and that's it. So it's not going to intrude on your day or your activities for the day. So that's basically what we're planning for in the coming weeks. So whatever it is you see here with the payroll app, it's just to show you that we have it now. You know, you had asked the last time whether there was a payroll app, and we said, okay, it's not inbuilt, that we would have to source for one. So I just showed you what it can do, what it has. It also gives us the ability to add additional computation fields. So we can add those as well. So that's just what I wanted to show you, just to give you an update on the things that you had called out during the last session. You called out the guarantor field, you called out the payroll fields. So we just wanted to go over that with you, just to show you that those were in place, and that when it's time to launch, we'll be able to go live with payroll as well. Are you with me?
All right. We'll send the sheet across to you.
All right. Thank you
Yes,
so
sir.
much. All right. Thank you so much. Um, okay. Hang on. Let me share my screen. And all right. So that's it for payroll. So we had cleared expense approval. I think we went over that. So there's no need to revisit that. Now, the appraisal tool, I think the appraisal tool, I think we will be, oh, I think I found one, but it hasn't been configured properly yet, so we can't showcase it. We will discuss it in the process of configuring the payroll system. Okay, so that is like a form where you generate. It's almost like a survey. The way the ERP works is like you have a form with the person's details, and you're doing a review on the person's performance. Okay, and you can also do peer reviews. You can do a review from the superior, and it's just filled out, and that's how it works. We're still trying to integrate that particular one, and it's not visible yet. Okay, but it's a really simple and straightforward appraisal system. Within the appraisal system is where you might have the comments for penalizing a an employee for poor performance. So that's basically where all of that comes in. Okay, so do you have anything to say about that? Because we don't have so much to do today, but it's just to give you an update on where we are with acquiring the tools that you requested, and then when we're activating, we activate first of all the ready to go features, and then when we're configuring things like the payroll and the appraisal system, that's now where we'll be touching base regularly to make sure that it's working the way your team would like it to work.
Okay. You said the appraisal is not like a module in the system. It's like a form.
It's going to be like a form anyway. When we're demoing it along with the payroll system, okay, you basically see how it works. It doesn't require so much configuration per se. but it hasn't been set up to the point where it's visible on the software now. So that's why we can't see it now. So once we're configuring the payroll, you will now have the opportunity to see how it works. It's really very simple. It's not complicated.
Until we see it, and if there's anything we want to be amended or
Yes,
included in training,
yes,
then we can say it. This will not seen it, we can't really say
yes,
much as long
yes,
as it can, as long as line managers can use it to conduct appraisals and keep the appraisal records.
yes,
So
yes. They will
until
be
we
able
see it,
to. They will, yeah. So till you see it, then you can give your feedback on it. So we'll wait until then. So tentatively, I'll talk with Godwin. I'll let him know. I don't want to fix a date for the time when we'll review the integration of the payroll system. Like I said, there's some data I'm waiting on your boss to send over. As soon as she does that, then we'll begin to push active data into the database. So once that is done, I'll communicate with Godwin, and then we'll have another session where we look at the integrated payroll system. Of course, by then I would have imported all the employees and so on, and then we'll now look into the payroll system together and then set it up very quickly. Within a week or two, it will be ready to go, and then you can start using it actively within your organization. I hope that works for you, ma'am.
yeah.
All right. Okay.
So thank you so much.
All right. We can call it a day, but if you have more questions, I would like to treat them if you have any more questions. Okay, I didn't hear any feedback. Maybe I lost you due to the network quality. Do you have any questions, or can we call it a day? Hello?
You're talking to yourself.
Okay, so I'm so sorry. The network quality is really poor today. I don't know why. I really can't hear what you're saying.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, hello.
Speak up.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Hello.
I can hear you. Thank you.
Oh, can you hear me?
Your voice is breaking up. It started breaking up.
Yeah. But can you hear me? I said for now there are no questions. Let's wait 2 weeks from now or a week from now, just like you've said. Let's see the integration process fully kickstart, and with time we'll get to understand the system more better, and see if we could make any adjustments or changes.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Prince. All right. So till then, I'll keep you posted. Mr. Godwin will definitely be getting back to you. I'll let him know where we are, and then he'll communicate.
There's no problem, Dr. Deberici. Thank you so very
All
much.
right. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
You have a lovely day.
Thank you so much.
And you
Have
too.
a wonderful day.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And you too.